Now at 9, the Muncie, Delaware County secured a multi-million-dollar grant. Find out about how this will boost the economy.
And one local organization is rethinking foster care. See how this benefits kids in foster homes.
Next, Democrats try to prevent cuts for federal food assistance. Find out about how this can affect the lower class.
Finally, a federal judge has put a pause on specific government layoffs. Find out what this means for the future of those positions.
I'm tracking breezy conditions. NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Cameron No.
And I'm Noah Lida.
The Muncie, Delaware County Economic Development Alliance secured a multi-million-dollar grant. I attended an event regarding the announcement.
We are so grateful to the state and for Ready 1.0 and 2.0 because the construction costs compared to our rents don't line up.
The mayor of Muncie, Dan Reidner, announced the final approval of the Ready 2.0 funds for the Muncie City Central project. This project includes the development of a new building and 34 houses in the Old West End.
Provide a lot of opportunities for people to live and work and enjoy life here in Muncie.
According to Mayor Reidner, over 10,000 people drive into Muncie every day to work, but most of them do not live in Muncie. This grant will allow the city to make life more sustainable and hopefully attract more people to live here. Governor Mike Braun says that you have to take the good and other things that come along with it.
This is what it's about, and when it comes to economic development, I'm going to be looking to do this across the state.
There were community members protesting the special assembly Braun called yesterday to announce the possible redistricting of Indiana. He acknowledged the protesters and expressed that this is the kind of thing he wants to see.
So this is a pleasure of the job. We've got democracy at work behind us. And we've got local citizens in a community that's rolled up its sleeves. And this is the exact kind of thing I want to see across the state.
The city of Muncie is focused on using the $6.75 million grant awarded by Ready to improve the quality of life for future residents living in Muncie. Dan Reidner says there is more in the works for development in Muncie. You can find more information about these projects on the City of Muncie website.
One organization is rethinking how many see the foster care system. NewsLink Indiana's Peyton Mucker takes us to Anderson to get a closer look.
The rate of children in foster care is increasing in Indiana. Despite the national average of children in the foster care system dropping by about 3%, Indiana is still going at an increase. According to the Indiana Capital Chronicle, there were nearly 12,000 children who went through the foster care system in 2024. This is a 13% increase from the year prior at 10,500 children. One nonprofit organization realized there was work that had to be done.
We have a lot of relatives, a lot of grandmothers that come and shop that are raising their grandkids, so it's important that we're here.
Meet Tracy Walters, the executive director and co-founder of Turn Away No Longer.
Kids coming into foster care in our county at an alarming rate, right? So when we knew that when they came into foster care that they were coming with nothing, and that had to change.
Tracy began Turn Away No Longer with her now husband in October of 2020.
I was raised by my grandparents, so I knew kind of what that was like, and I was in foster care as a teen for about a year, and then my husband was raised by his grandmother. She raised 9 kids and him.
Turn Away No Longer provides 3 main services to families in need. It began with their Swag Pack program, gifting new bags filled with important goods children may need. We are also seeing Katie's Boutique, a retail-like experience for children and teens in foster care. Everything is completely free. Walters also began the Turn Away No Longer House, a home that gives children a place to stay while awaiting foster placement.
In Madison County in October 2020, there was like 900 kids in foster care. So think of 900 kids that came into foster care with nothing. There was no one filling that gap, that need.
The work done by Turn Away No Longer is not going unnoticed. The organization just received a $50,000 grant from Coca-Cola Consolidated to assist in going further in their journey.
So that's going to help ensure that that house stays running. to be able to provide that service to kids, as well as be able to provide items here at Katie's Boutique.
Turnaway No Longer is actively accepting volunteers and is always taking donations. In Anderson, Peyton Mucker, NewsLink, Indiana.
If you're interested in assisting with Turnaway No Longer or need assistance from them, you can find more information on TANL.org.
A coalition of Democratic-run states sued the Trump administration today. They're trying to prevent billions of dollars in cuts to federal food assistance that are set to kick in this weekend. Democratic attorneys general and governors from 25 states plus Washington, D.C. are behind the suit. They claim the Trump administration is threatening illegal cuts to SNAP. SNAP stands for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, commonly known as food stamps. The White House says the Department of Agriculture doesn't have the power to use its contingency fund to cover the SNAP program beyond Saturday because of the government shutdown.
A federal judge in California has blocked the Trump administration from laying off certain federal employees during the government shutdown. U.S. District Judge Susan Ilston has granted a federal employee union's request for a preliminary injunction. This follows a pause on layoffs put in place nearly 2 weeks ago by the same judge. This injunction both prohibits any new layoff notices and pauses any existing ones for federal workers represented by several unions. However, the order doesn't cover notices that were sent to employees before the shutdown. The Trump administration's request to pause the injunction while it appeals the order was also denied.
A House committee is calling for a closer look at the presidential pardons the Biden administration issued via AutoPen. According to a letter and report sent by the Republican-led community, there was a, quote, cover-up of the president's cognitive decline, end quote. They are alleging Biden didn't make all of those decisions on his own. Biden has disputed that publicly, saying those claims against him are lies. During his time in office, Biden issued more than 4,200 pardons and commutations, the most for any previous president. Analysts expect Democratic officials and lawmakers will blast this report as partisan. It honestly was so nice today. Like, it was sunny, the weather was perfect, I had a little cardigan on, like, it was so nice.
It was nice today, and I really enjoyed the weather. I am getting a little nervous with Halloween that it just is going to be a little cold, so hopefully it's not too cold. Let's send it to Evan for our first look at weather.
Unfortunately, it was a beautiful day here, but it will not stay that way. Right here in Muncie, it's 49 degrees, 57 down in Indianapolis. Like I said, though, it is going to start to cool off here a little bit more as we go into tonight, as you're seeing the next 12 hours kind of dip down into these low 40s into tomorrow morning. But what I'm tracking in my full forecast tonight are some breezy conditions, some rain chances, and even tracking Hurricane Melissa tonight. Noah and Cameron, back over to you.
Thank you, Evan. Coming up, Amazon is planning to lay off thousands of corporate workers. Find out why the cuts were made.
And CNN announced a new streaming model. Find out more on the company's new platform.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Amazon has said it plans to cut 14,000 corporate staffers this year. That represents about 5% of the online retailer's overall staff, and the company may not be done. Amazon could cut reportedly up to 30,000 corporate jobs in all. The mass layoff is aimed at readying the company for wide adoption of AI technology. Amazon noted that it would be hiring in key areas and would prioritize those who lost their jobs for those roles.
CNN's new streaming subscription option is now available. All Access is built into CNN's existing apps and website. It features multiple live TV streams of news coverage, shows, and exclusive content. Shows like Anderson Cooper 360 will be available to stream. The subscription option also includes access to live feeds from the field and an expansive video-on-demand library. The launch of All Access comes a year after CNN implemented a partial digital paywall on its website. That subscription tier is now called Basic, while All Access becomes the full multimedia experience. All Access costs $6.99 a month, with an intro price for the first year of $41.99.
Apple has recently joined an exclusive club. It just became only the third publicly traded company to surpass $4 trillion in market value. It crossed the threshold during today's trading. Apple shares have been surging lately because it appears the iPhone 17 is selling better than previous models. Apple joins fellow tech giants Nvidia and Microsoft in the $4 trillion club. Apple's new record comes as the artificial intelligence frenzy has been sent to tech giants soaring to new heights.
There's a new place to find information on the internet, courtesy of Elon Musk. It's called Grokipedia, which is his version of Wikipedia. The articles that can be found on Grokipedia are written by Grok AI, which Musk says will provide, quote, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, end quote. The style and layout of Grokipedia is similar to its predecessor, with one major difference: size. While Wikipedia has more than 7 million articles, Grokipedia has only 800,000, at least for now. Musk and many conservatives are longtime critics of Wikipedia, claiming that the information found there contains bias.
I'm tracking the progress of Hurricane Melissa. Check out my full forecast after the break.
After his wife passed, my neighbor Larry started drinking a lot. He was in distress and acting out. He had guns around, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. I pressed pause. Our local authorities filed a firearm restraining order to temporarily remove the guns. It gave Larry the time he needed to get help. It wasn't easy, but we got through it together. Learn more at illinois.gov/pause to heal.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. It was a little bit warmer here today, though it has cooled off quite a bit. Right now here in Muncie, it is 49 degrees. Down in the Indianapolis area, it is only 57. While up in the Chicago South Bend, it's actually warmer than it is here in Muncie, 57 in Chicago and 50 degrees in South Bend right now. It will start to cool off a little bit more as we move towards the evening. 41 degrees for our low tonight with mostly cloudy conditions, though the big story here is these winds tonight. 10-mile-per-hour winds normally with gusts up to 20 miles per hour, and this is being reinforced by our wind gust monitor here behind me. 22-mile-per-hour gusts tonight at around 3 a.m. While this will actually increase into tomorrow afternoon at about 2 o'clock, those gusts are going to be up to 30 miles per hour. So again, that is going to be quite cold here, and that'll even continue into next Thursday. Those northeast winds blowing again at that 30 mile per hour, and those will kind of fluctuate down a little bit into Thursday night, but then back up into Friday morning. This should say 27 right there, but that can mean that these temperatures right here will actually be with a grain of salt here. So 42 degrees tomorrow as we start our walk to school or work, while 51 at 12 o'clock, and then 55 in the afternoon for our high tomorrow, with those cloudy conditions kind of moving in and out throughout the day. With that wind, though, it is going to start blowing in a little bit more rain into our area. Wednesday evening actually is when we start to see that majority of the rain in our area, seeing more of that heavier rain starting at about 10 o'clock. Well, then later Thursday, we're actually going to see a lot of that move out of our area, even Thursday night. Well, then throughout the rest of the week, it is going to be moving in and out of our area with clouds kind of coming and settling in on Saturday. No, that wind is going to kind of make these temperatures for the next 5 days a little bit change, but 58 on Wednesday, 55 on Thursday and Sunday as well. So we are a little bit lower than our average 61 for this week, though. But we are going to take a zoom out approach here down to the south. It is actually, we're tracking Hurricane Melissa. It's actually a Category 3 hurricane right now. However, it will strengthen again once it kind of goes out. It's actually weakened a little bit from its Category 5 status when it hit Jamaica this morning. Winds 125 miles per hour right now, while it's moving continually north-northeast at 8 miles per hour out into the Atlantic. It will not make landfall here in the continental United States. However, we will kind of see a lot of that stuff kind of coming in later in the week. Though on our 7-day forecast, we're seeing Wednesday and Thursday, like I mentioned, those chances of rain early on and Thursday morning. Friday, though, Halloween, we're seeing those 56 degrees high. Unfortunately, a little bit cooler evening, so I'm going to recommend wearing something underneath that costume to help keep you warm. While Saturday and Sunday for the weekend, those cloudy conditions are still there. While Monday and Tuesday next week, we see that warm up back to 62 and 60 degrees with that sun finally coming back out on Tuesday. I don't know about you guys, but I am super excited for Halloween. I'm actually going as Superman this year, though unfortunately I think I'm going to have to wear some long underwear underneath my jeans.
No, that is so exciting. I've been looking forward to Halloween this whole month. It's a little bit of a bummer knowing that it's going to be colder because I've been waiting for cold weather, but you know, sad about Halloween being cold.
I love Halloween, but it's gonna be freezing and I'm not excited for it. Like, feel like I'm literally gonna be shaking, but thank you so much, Evan. There's lots more to get to on NewsLink Indiana. Michael Ball has a preview of sports.
Thanks, Cameron Noah. A Ball State team gets the Halloween spirit early, and the World Series continues. All this and more next in sports.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing we do to keep us focused.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game?
To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health.
Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Find the resources you need to keep your mental health a priority.
Love your mind.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Free game to greater things. This is Pretirement.
I don't
don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff.
You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Michael Ball with sports. After the World Series shifted venues to Los Angeles, fans were treated to an exciting marathon of a game. The Dodgers jumped out to an early lead before the Toronto Blue Jays would post a 4-run fourth inning to claim back the lead. Both sides would go back and forth before it was knotted up 5 apiece after 9 innings. But that was only halfway through the game, as it took an extra 9 innings to decide a winner. The Dodgers would walk it off on a Freddie Freeman solo home run in the bottom of the 18th inning, tying the record for the longest World Series game in history. The last time a World Series game went this many innings was 2018, when the Dodgers beat the Red Sox in the third game of that World Series. The Cardinals soccer team took place in a special match this weekend. NewsLink Indiana's Xavier Harris brings you the story.
Ball State Soccer kicked off a match last Sunday against Miami of Ohio at Briner Sports Complex in what was their last regular season home game of the year. The Cards came out strong, striking first in the first period with the goal by senior forward Delaney Caldwell. Miami of Ohio ended up battling back, scoring 2 straight in the second period to solidify their comeback in a hard-fought 2-1 loss. This match was also the Halloween game, in which fans were encouraged to dress in their best costumes and show up to showcase Halloween festivities.
I mean, it was definitely fun to see a lot of people show up for it, and I saw a few costumes out there, so that was cool. So yeah, it's always nice having more fans show up to help support us.
Despite the loss, looking forward in the team's schedule, the team's mindset will continue to stay the same as they are preparing for big games ahead.
I think we still have a really positive mindset moving forward. I mean, we have one more game left going into the tournament, so just continuing with our intensity and our grit that we talk about every single day will really help us get in the right mindset going to tournament. I have so much faith in our team to get this MAC championship, so today was a great showing of what we can do.
In a game surrounded by fanatics and fun, the expectations are still high moving forward. While still looking towards the big goal, the team is taking things one game at a time.
You play sport long enough and you play a long enough season, we're going to have games where it just doesn't quite come together, and today was one of those where it didn't come together. I have no doubt the group will respond in a very positive way come Wednesday at Northern Illinois.
The team's last regular season game is tomorrow at Northern Illinois University at 3 p.m. Eastern. In Muncie, Xavier Harris, NewsLink, Indiana.
Tipping things over to the court, Ball State men's basketball got their first taste of competition this year. The Cards took on the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons in an exhibition game yesterday for their first matchup of the year. Senior guard Devin Barnes led the Cardinals in scoring with 18 points in just the second half. Despite this performance, the Cards would fall to the Mastodons 84-70. The Cards look to bounce back at home November 3rd against the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. I think it's cool on how the soccer team did the Halloween event. What do you guys dress up as?
I'm so glad you asked this question. So I do have 2 Halloween costumes this year, but my favorite one that I'm doing is from Alice in Wonderland, and I'm being the White Rabbit this year, which I've been really excited for.
I have 3 costumes, but the one I'm most excited for is Queen of Hearts, which is so ironic because we didn't even plan it.
Not at
so
all.
we have to get a picture. What about you?
I'm going to be the Water Boy.
Okay.
From the movie The Water Boy.
Amazing movie.
Yes, thank you, Michael. Coming up, Stephanie Weaver has your campus coverage.
My son Ricky took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me in ways that I never knew that I could be broken. And I contemplated suicide. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe. Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over. Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard. At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. My name is Stephanie Weaver, and this is your campus coverage. After the Reunion Orchid Greenhouse, hands-on experiences and being surrounded by nature brings out childlike awe and curiosity for all its visitors. Plants and animals at every twist and turn provides an escape into another world, even for just a few minutes. From plants to live animals, visitors go through an immersive experience as they explore the greenhouse and nature lab.
I think college students want to have fun just as much as everybody else, and you'll retain more information if you're having fun at the same time.
This greenhouse is known to be the largest collegiate orchid collection in America. The building is split into 3 sections, each kept at different temperatures and humidities depending on the plants and animals that are in the zone.
It is a daily commitment to ensuring that all 3 zones maintain temperature and humidity.
Tall banana plants tower over the walkways near the giant dangling staghorn fern in the center of the first section. Water pathways allow for fish and turtles to swim around the space freely. Carnivorous plants and tanks of poison dart frogs line one of the side walls. The second section is drier, with plants of desert-like spikes and long dangling vines filling the space. Through the last door is a cool and misty area perfect for the deadly pitcher plant that resides in the back corner.
I think you can't develop an appreciation for something unless you're in it.
Staff wake up as early as 2 in the morning every day to start their 3-hour watering process before the greenhouse opens up to the public. The nature lab on the other side of the building holds more of the hands-on animals, as well as a space for guests to observe and learn about the environment. Next month, the greenhouse will host their Tropics of the Table event for an even more flavorful experience. If you would like to look into helping out or simply visiting, check out the Ball State website for contact information, hours of operation, and directions to the adventure that awaits. Now, that was a lot of fun going there. I even got to hold the little turtle named Beaker that you saw in that interview.
I'm honestly a little jealous. Like, looking over, I was like, wow, that looks so fun. I wish I could have been there. I've actually never been to the greenhouse itself, so I think it would be so fun to go in and like take a look at all the animals that they have there and all the types of plants.
Yeah, seeing that turtle made me want a turtle. I think I would name my turtle Tommy.
Really?
Yes,
I'd name my turtle
it's
Shannon.
Adorable.
I mean, like all the different sections too. You got a hot tropical section, a middle section, and even like the colder section too.
Yeah, speaking of cold, let's pass it to Evan for one final look at weather.
Yeah, like you guys said, unfortunately, it is going to be in those mid-50s for our highs over the next end of this week and even into the weekend. Like I mentioned earlier, Halloween, the high on the day itself is going to be 56 degrees, while the low is going to be that 37. So unfortunately, again, just going to be a little bit colder, even those lows going as low as 32 degrees on Saturday evening. So again, just going to be a little bit colder for that.
Right, and I know after Halloween's coming with the colder weather, unfortunately, but right after that, you know, Christmas, that's right around the corner. And I love Halloween. I'm so excited for Halloween, but Christmas has always had a special place in my heart.
Yeah,
so.
at least it's not going to rain and be cold.
Yes,
I feel like freezing rain would just be awful and would make the weekend not fun.
Yeah, so I'm very glad for that.
Yes, thank you, Evan. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page, YouTube channel, and WCRD 91.3.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to cardinalmediabsu.com. Have a great night and stay safe.